Hey guys, welcome back. Today I am working on week 39 Project Life, and I'm loath to call it a mega kit. It's not really a mega kit. This is two different Studio Calico kits that I've kind of mashed together. I have gone ahead and pulled out anything that I don't think I'll use, so I'm really only working with stuff that I can conceivably think that I'm going to use in here, and that's what I'm going to use today. I just really wanted to make things as simple as possible, and for me, using a kit is always the way to go. So it just happens to be that this kit is actually two kits combined. So I'm starting with my photos as usual. The only difference that I've got this week is that I've done a little photo collage up on the top right hand corner. This week includes a couple of days that Jack and Tracy were here, so there were a lot of photos. I've got a different project in mind for all of those photos, so I really just wanted to have like an overview photo. But those were some very brightly colored photos, so I just toned the whole thing down by using black and white. It's always my go-to when photos are a little bit overwhelming. If I had left those photos as colored ones, that would be all you could see on this spread, and I definitely would not have been able to pull together any sort of color scheme at all. Now, as far as color schemes go, you can see I've pulled out some of the cards here, and it's very go-to Diane. It's very pink and teal, and I do kind of want to pull back a little bit from that. So as I add a few embellishments, and I'm not going to add altogether that many, as I do, I'm kind of bearing in mind to use some alternative colors. The first being that I'm going to add one of these little chipboard circles. It says fun, which is totally true. It's also orange, and I wouldn't normally use orange a lot. It's definitely not one of my kind of favorite go-to colors. I did make it a little easier, I guess, for me to use it. I just backed it on one of those circle labels. It happens to be pink. Just using that kind of together makes it a little bit more me friendly, but I figured if I'm gonna go with orange, I might as well embrace it. So I added another little orange chipboard onto my photo of ducks. We had randomly just a couple of ducks land in our backyard and hang out for a little bit. It was quite a strange sort of Sunday, and so I just added that orange chipboard onto there as well. Now there was another little piece that says this makes me happy, and it had a kind of gap. I guess you write in what makes you happy. Definitely didn't need to do that. I've just added a photo of pizza instead. So I've moved my photo down to the bottom of the 3x4 card, which isn't what I would usually do, but because that label sits so nicely on top of the photo, that was kind of the more perfect place for it to be. Now, like I said, this kit that I'm working with is actually two kits, so I've got two stamp sets to work with. I loved that Wild and Free one. It was totally perfect for the photo of my kind of seascape there. I just stamped that directly onto my photo with some Memento Tuxedo black ink. I print at home. I said like a million times, I'm sure, but I print at home on Canon Photo Glossy 2 paper, which is designed for ink, so it makes stamping really easy. Now on my this is going to be my journaling card down here, and it's got like a little picture of a whale on it, which kind of goes with my sea sort of theme, but not enough that made me want to try and work out how to use it. So I'm just going to cover that up with my photo, and I'm going to create kind of a little cluster down there. But before I went ahead and like glued everything down, I just marked with my pencil where that photo would be and ran that card straight through my typewriter. The Studio Calico cards are quite thick, and so my typewriter does struggle a little bit, but I managed to get that through there for a little bit of a story on there, just mostly about those two bottom photos rather than the rest of the week. Before I had done the photo and the embellishment there, I did just stamp directly on the card, so that kind of gives me like three little things down there as a cluster. And then I noticed that I had one more orange chipboard in the kind of banner shape, so I decided to add that to my seascape photo. It gives me that kind of visual triangle of orange. And I also added, wait for it, a green chipboard heart. I know green's not normally my go-to, but I've got that whopping great green photo there, and just adding that tiny little green heart just kind of brings it into balance a little bit more. just adding those few colors from my photos. And again, I'm toning down that sort of pink and teal color scheme. I say laughingly as I'm about to create a pink and teal title card. So the card that I picked out for the title card is just like a tone-on-tone pink heart pattern. I've got a couple of different alphas because, again, 2 different kits. But the yellow alpha that I had from one of these kits, it has no E's left at all. So I'm going to go ahead and use this one. There is only these few left, so this will be the last title that I'll be able to make with this particular alpha. But as luck would have it, this alpha didn't include numbers either, so I've grabbed out one of my favorite little stamp sets from Citrus Twist. I'm going to stamp the week number just in some black ink because I want to pull some of those colors back up into this very teal and pink card, you know, kind of break that down a little bit. So I'm going to use black, and I'm also going to replicate that smile and nod ephemera piece down the bottom there by just adding the back of one of those circle pieces. So I've got this white circle that's going to be the label for my date stamp, and I've kind of layered it so the circle is sitting above the 39 and then the alphas are above the circle. So all I've got to do is just stamp on my dates here. This is one of those weeks that kind of includes 2 months, so I'm just going to stack them on top of each other, which is sort of different to what I would normally do. And then, like I said, I want to pull a couple more colors in here, so I'm just going to use a couple more of these little chipboard hearts, one in yellow, and I'm going to add another little green one just to add those colors. I kind of wish I had an orange one, to be honest, but I didn't. I worked with what I had, and that's this week all done. Like I said, super simple. That's going to be the theme for this month, I think. After October daily and before December daily, November is going to be simplicity itself. Hey, thanks for watching today, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. If you want to keep watching, there are a couple more videos on screen. Otherwise, I'll see you again really soon. Bye.